Hey, so I wanted to do a quick video on what it means to be a follower of Christ. Because, mostly because, yes, I believe we are definitely in the last days, and not only that, but most of our church, or at least for sure the American church, I can't personally say about churches overseas, but definitely the American Christian church, most of it is really lukewarm, like extremely, completely. We're the Leo. I don't know how to say it, but it's the last church in the book of Revelation that Jesus talks about, and he says, "Because you are neither cold nor hot, and you are only lukewarm, then I will spit you out of my mouth." And it's really sad actually, because most American Christians don't even know they're lukewarm. And I think some of them might like have an idea that, oh, well, I'm saved, but they don't like do anything really for God. Then they may have an idea that, oh, their Christianity is just at this set level. But I think most of them don't, either they don't know how serious it is to be lukewarm, or they don't care. But anyway, what I wanted to say was that most people, at least American Christians, they either grew up in the church, or they got saved at some point in their life. But as far as following Jesus goes, it seems as if most of us, or most of the church, they, well, because of the doctrine, once you're saved, you're always saved. They believe in Jesus, yeah, and they're like, oh, okay, he's taken all my sins. And so then they take that as liberty to just go off and do whatever they want. And, they're just like, oh, well, Jesus has me anyway. Or it's like, maybe I shouldn't do this, but it doesn't matter. Like, I used to think that way before I kind of got like woken up out of that. Like, I wasn't really lukewarm or anything, but I used to believe in once saved, always saved. And my mind would be like, well, I guess it doesn't matter if blah, 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 because, Jesus did take all my sins for everything. So I can blah, blah, blah. I didn't go crazy and do a bunch of stuff, but it's just the fact that that mindset was even there is the problem with so many American Christians nowadays. And hold on. And it's kind of like, Jesus says that you have to follow him. He wants followers. I'm trying to think of the verse in the Bible. Oh yeah, there's a verse, I forgot which one it was, but Jesus says, not everyone will enter into the kingdom of heaven, but only those who do the will of my Father in heaven. And then of course there's the other one where it says, not everyone who says unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. Actually, they could be attached. Well, I don't know, but and then there's another one, but like the point is that yes, we are saved by faith. Like, our belief, our faith is what gives us salvation. It's what saves us. But we show our belief, like how much we really believe in that, like how much we've accepted what Jesus has done by letting him in and allowing him to change us. So we can't just be like, oh, we believe, and then go off and do whatever we want. It doesn't work that way. Just like when Jesus said, not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter into the kingdom of heaven. I'm sure there are going to be a ton of self-professed Christians who have, I guess, believed in Jesus their whole lives, but have only lived for themselves, have only done things like they haven't given their life over to Jesus. And it really makes sense, because just think about it. Satan and his angels, they not only believe in Jesus, they know it's not just oh, I have faith, blah, 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 or whatever. They know that it's real. They know that it's true. They know him. They believe, but are they getting in? No, it's about what you do with that. I mean, just believing, if you just believe and don't do anything with that, then how does that make you any different from Satan and his armies? I mean, sure, you're not trying to go off and kill people and drag them to hell, but it's the same. You believe, but what are you doing with that? I mean, if we just went on, oh, believe on itself, then I guess they should be able to get in too, because they believe, more than believe, they know for sure more than we do. Well, I mean, not that. Like, I know, I'm saying this wrong. What am I trying to say? But anyway, actually, I want to bring up a dream that I had that kind of illustrates this as well. And it was part of, towards the end of this different dream that I had. But in this dream, basically there were these like vampire demon things that would like just physically go around, and they would like eat people, like literally kill them and eat like bunches and bunches of people. And I just remember I was standing somewhere, and I was safe this entire time, and I was safe because I had a friend. I don't really know who this friend was, but I just know they were my friend, and that's the only reason I was protected and safe from these vampire demon eating things. So I was standing there in this place when like a whole ton of people went by me, like a bajillion people just like started going by, just like, and I knew like almost all of these people. They were either people that I had seen in passing, or people that, I guess I could consider acquaintances from school and such, or people that I actually knew. But one thing for sure was that this whole mass of people that were going by me, they were going to the specific destination, I remember. I don't remember where it was, but I knew for sure that when they all got to that specific destination, that these vampire demon things would come and eat them all and kill them all. And I knew for sure that this whole mass of people were just walking to their death. And they didn't even know it. And I was not cool with that. And so I was going to see if I could save some people. I know I couldn't save everyone, but I knew I could at least save a couple people. So when I saw two of my friends, I saw them walking by, and I was like, hey guys, don't go that way. I was telling them to stop. If you go that way, you're going to die. And it was a really weird conversation, because one of my friends was like, did you say that if we go to blah, 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 we're going to die? Then my other friend was like, no, she didn't say that. And I was like, yes, I did say that. If you go, you're going to die. Come with me. And one of my friends didn't even want to come with me. I was like, that makes no sense. But anyway, eventually I convinced them both to come with me. And like I said, I was only protected because I had a friend that was like, hey, you shouldn't. I mean, I don't even know how that worked out. I just know that my friend was the reason why I was not with all those other people. So, I mean, clearly just with that, I took the interpretation of the dream to be, that Jesus is like our friend, the one that tells us, the one that keeps us from going with all those other people to death. And we are supposed to go, and we're supposed to, give the message and tell people and warn them. But if I go back on following Jesus, how when you believe in him, you're going to start to change. Like, he's going to start working in you and bringing you out of sin, bringing you out of temptation and all that. But when I go back to that, it's like, if I go back to my dream, in my dream, when I was telling my friends, I was like, hey, you guys have to come with me. Like I said, one of my friends didn't really want to go. And so, like I said, eventually they believed me. But the thing about it is, like, if I had been like, hey, you guys need to come with me because, if you keep going that way, you're going to die. So they can be like, oh, snap, yeah. It could have been like they believed that. Of course, it starts with them believing, like, oh, yeah. They believe that if they go to that place, they're going to die. They have to come with me. But if, like, say they had believed and they didn't do anything with their belief, they were like, oh yeah, man, we totally believe you. But if they just stood there, or if they just kept walking anyway, they'd be like, oh yeah, I'll catch up with you when I feel like it. And they kept on going their own way. Basically, if they didn't do anything about their belief, they would still be going in the same direction. Like, yeah, they would believe that if they kept going that way. Or maybe it's like, yeah, they believe that if they follow me, they would be saved. But if they wouldn't have actually followed me out of there, if they would have just stayed where they were, then they would be in the same situation. And yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what to say. But yeah, I'm just trying to say that, you know, so many people just ride on their belief on Jesus, and they use that as an excuse to live their life, and they don't actually take any time to get to know him and to follow him. And that in itself is leading so many people away from Jesus. He died for us, and he wants us. He took that whole penalty, that whole thing, and all he asks for is that we believe in him and follow him. Make him Lord of our lives. That's all he wants. So I guess I just want to say that I just want to say, get to know Jesus, because it's the best thing ever. Like, it would be so worth it. Like, so many people are blinded because they see what's right in front of them, and they don't realize that there's something 1,000 times greater just waiting for them, that just wants them, who's just reaching out his hand, just waiting. So, yeah, that's it.